right. We're on. So, you have to run at 3?
Oh, actually, no, I have to go to my job at 5, but it's like down the hill.
Okay. I'll try to make it quick for you. Um, okay, so I was just wondering, when did you get into the fandom and how did you find it?
I got in the fandom around fall of 2011, and the way I got into it was um, I had been searching YouTube videos, and then I saw a random clip called "Telephone Ring Ring," and I clicked on it, and it was a pretty cool a little clip on YouTube, and pretty much telephone. Her username is Eno877, I think. She's the one that actually inspired me to become a furry
Oh, that's
because I
awesome.
liked all her
What
YouTube
was in the
clips.
video?
She was fooling around in her fursuit at a convention, and I actually really liked the video, and it looked pretty fun. And I decided, hey, why don't I try that? And later around January of 2012, I actually started building my own fursuit.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because I
You,
researched how much your fursuit costs to get commissioned, and I was like, yeah, I'm not spending $2,000. I'm making my own.
how did you learn how to build a fursuit?
Literally, I went on YouTube and typed in how to sew fabric and saw blanket stitch.
How did it come out?
Pretty good for first try, but I only made a head and hands.
Is that the one in your videos in
Oh
TikTok?
no, that got destroyed on a move back down from New Hampshire, so I had to throw it out.
Oh,
This one, let's see. I think you can see it in the back.
I love it.
I actually made that in about 3 weeks before Anime Boston this year. For
Oh,
I made the whole thing in about 3 weeks total. Um,
wow, that's. Can I ask what it's made of?
it's made well. The base itself is actually made out of a resin base by Dream Vision Creations. It's a small canine base before they switched over to the realistic version. I actually dremeled out the eyes, custom made them myself, and then glued them in.
Wow, it looks so professional. It's beautiful.
The head alone took me about 4 overnight projects to finish.
Wow, that is super impressive. And is it a full bodysuit or just a
Yeah,
head?
I developed a full bodysuit for it.
Oh my god. um, can can you do you have just one persona?
Uh, at the moment, yeah, I used to have like four, and I'm thinking of developing Laguna as a multi-species character. Basically, I would have the ability to change into different characters, different species, depending on its mood.
Um, can you give me an example?
Well, I was thinking of the next incarnation of it to be either a protogen fursuit or a bird.
And how does that like what mood does the bird represent?
Uh, Energetic, ready to have fun at a moment's notice.
So, um, so when just because the story's about TikTok, when did you get on TikTok and what made you decide to start making videos?
Uh, I actually got on TikTok in April 1st, April Fool's Day, because I saw a YouTuber called Meteor Strawberry do basically a YouTube clip of them making a TikTok I wondered what the heck TikTok is, and I found out it's the next incarnation of Vine, pretty much.
Wait, oh, the next incarnation of Vine. Yeah, for sure. I feel like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I feel like there's a massive furry presence on TikTok that wasn't necessarily there on Vine before.
Oh yeah, furries have found TikTok way better than YouTube because they can make 10-second videos, uh, and basically have fun without getting criticized in public.
Mm. Is that, I mean, I
And
guess,
also, it's that they you're able to content, what is it, moderate. So if someone is gonna try to comment insulting comments, you can set the settings to ban that word or ban that sentence. So they even if they comment it, it says comment has been deleted.
oh, cool. Can, so you feel like maybe it's a more positive space because of that? Because you can like weed out the negative stuff?
Yeah, and also you're able to connect with other furries and see their fursuits without having to see the random algorithm of YouTube.
Mm. And
You just type in hashtag furry and you got about 3,000 fursuits in a scroll.
yeah, it's crazy. There are thousands. Like, I noticed that the hashtag furry has almost as many views as the hashtag gamer, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, I think when that started, when the numbers started matching the gamers, someone came up with an idea of, hey, let's do a gamers versus furry hashtag and see how that far that goes.
Oh, is that how the furry war started?
Yeah, and right now, I guess they just started the fourth furry war hashtag.
Oh my god.
It's
Do you
been about
follow
a year
that
and
at
a
all?
half. What was that?
Oh, I was just asking, do you follow the furry gamer war at all?
Yeah, I actually participated a couple times.
And what were the comments like? Like, do gamers take that really seriously?
No, it's pretty much like role playing with the gamer TikTokers.
So it's kind of lighthearted.
Yeah, but there are some crazies that are going crazy on TikTok with the comments.
Yeah. Um, what is what's like the ratio for you usually of like negative to positive comments?
Uh, about 75% positive, 25% negative. Mostly when
That's
I
pretty good.
insult Trump supporters.
Considering the internet, that's pretty good.
It's mostly when I insult Trump supporters or I do a call out video against transphobes and homophobes.
Yeah, I noticed your trans pride video got so many views. It comes up like really early in the furry hashtag feed. How did you feel about that? Like, how do you feel when something goes kind of viral?
I was actually pretty excited that it reached 12.6 million views in a week.
Oh my god.
It was mostly because I had figured out earlier that week what TikTok's algorithm is for sharing on For You pages, where if someone you have liked, commented, and shared any of their videos, and they comment or like on your video, it shares to all of their people that have followed them, and so on and so on.
Oh, but
So
oh, that's
basically,
awesome.
it's like a virus that goes really quickly. So all I had to do was call out a couple transphobes in the comments, and all of a sudden it exploded.
That's awesome. Um, yeah, I mean, what was that like for you? Like, were you shocked, like taken aback,
Uh,
crap?
kind of shocked, kind of proud, and kind of laughing at all the attempts at being insulting, calling me out as being Kevin from The Office was basically majority of the insults that they did. Because I'm starting to go bald on the upper top of my head. I'm trying to figure out a cheap way to curb that.
That's not the worst, I guess,
Yeah.
that you could get. I mean, that's a shitty comment, but I don't know. Given how hateful the internet is.
I actually, because I was so successful in TikTok and my friends liked my videos, I actually convinced one of my friends to join TikTok a couple months ago, and they've been doing videos on and off too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they making furry videos as well?
Some furry videos, some cosplay videos.
Do you mainly, like, this is the wrong word, but do you mainly, like, identify with the furry fandom, or you have, like, lots of crossover interests?
I have a lot of crossover interests. I'm a competitive fursuit slash cosplay maker. I compete every year at Anime Boston's Masquerade, and what I do every year is I make a fursuit character of an anime character, and compete in the Masquerade. I've actually won a single award for novice craftsmanship at another anime con called another anime convention in Manchester, New Hampshire, a couple of years ago.
Wow. And you just started making fursuits, like, 2 years ago?
2015. Yeah.
Oh.
2015 is when I started competing in the Masquerade, and that one I had made a full body Kurama fursuit.
What's that? I'm so sorry. I'm ignorant.
Kurama is the nine-tailed fox demon from Naruto. And because the year before I had attended Anime Boston and I attended the closing ceremonies, and I saw the theme, Kaiju versus Mecha, and immediately I went, I'm doing Kurama from Naruto, definitely. And I actually got into the death match, the cosplay death match, and the cosplay chess match along with the Masquerade as Kurama.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you win any of them?
No, but I got the experience, and I got a lot of photos.
So, have you met anybody from TikTok? Any furries?
I don't think I have yet, but it's mostly because a lot of the furries are all over the country, all over the world.
Mm.
I
But,
think I know that
there
there might be one down in Connecticut.
is there? Is there kind of like a community, like a network of people who follow each other and comment on each other's stuff?
Oh yeah. Well, just not just on TikTok. There's like all different social media groups on Facebook for furries that I've joined, and also I haven't actually accessed it in a while, but I admin a buyer beware artist alert page on Facebook that calls out people who copy other people's characters, trace artwork, or sell it as their own. And it as soon as I created that one, it actually exploded with furries that wanted to join it to call out art thieves. And I think last time I checked, I had like 14,000 members.
Whoa! So that's a very common problem then.
Yeah. And it wasn't just furry artists either. It was regular artists that go on DeviantArt to do art, and they find out people have copied their work.
Do you draw at all?
Sometimes. I just haven't done it in a while. Whenever I actually make a fursuit or a cosplay for Anime Boston, I actually draw it out first. Draw out the plan, draw out the how the character looks. I actually have to pose one of these. It's a Body-chan drawing doll. uh, that I just to make a pose of it, and then I take a photo of it, and then trace that to make the base skeleton of the drawing.
Wow. That seems like a very arduous process.
Yeah.
um, so, do you mind if I ask? Because I've noticed that a lot of the videos that get a ton of views seem to be people removing their heads or like, um, yeah, I don't know, revealing their faces. Is that a thing that you've noticed?
Uh, yeah, it's basically a run-on joke that TikTok has for between furries because at furry conventions it's deemed ruining the magic to take your head off while in suit outside of a headless lounge outside your hotel room because a lot of children go to those conventions and they don't want to ruin the magic for the kids.
Aw. So it's kind of like a place where you can ruin the magic without ruining the magic.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, what makes you like? What makes you feel like showing your face and then showing your suit? Also, like, was that a decision for you?
Uh, Originally, I just wanted to make furry TikToks, and then I realized, no, I can actually also do regular cosplay TikToks and personal ones as well. But the ones that I get most views on are ones of Laguna, either
Mm,
in full suit or in a partial.
um,
And I actually like it better with just doing it in fursuit because I don't get the rude comments as much.
oh yeah. What? So, do you have a sense of like where those rude comments are coming from? Like, are they from the gamer community or is it just general trolls?
I think it's general trolls and kids who are not supposed to be on TikTok because the minimum age for TikTok is supposed to be 15.
Mm. Um, well, do you mind if I ask? Because you're kind of like very famous now. Um, um, I don't know. How do you feel about that? Like, are you comfortable with like coworkers or like other people seeing your TikTok?
Oh yeah, I've actually had people that I've used to work for see me out in the street and say that, hey, I saw your TikTok. That was actually a funny video. And I have to ask them which one because I have like 500 videos.
That's awesome. So they just saw it like on their own. It just came up on their
Yeah, because
feed.
either they saw it on their own TikTok or they saw it through their kids scrolling through TikTok.
Oh wow. Um, so I know. Well, I don't know. Some furries have been telling me about how like in the early 2000s they remember a lot of their friends getting fired from their jobs for being furries. And of course, there was like so much negative media for a while. Do you feel like that's changed at all?
Yeah, as the fandom grew and the name furry got out more, people have done their research more than just trusting word of mouth of religious zealots. Um, I do. There are people that are on the negative side of the fandom that we do actually shun the diaper furs and the kink furs that try to go out in public in their kink clothing. It's not appropriate.
I think, yeah, people have alluded to that.
And we do have one furry that is well known in the fandom that we all try to shun, but still follow his account to make sure he's not attacking someone. His name is Ryan Hill.
Hmm.
And a couple of years ago, he got famous on the news by threatening someone on Facebook of bringing guns and bombs to Anthrocon 2015, I think, and he got banned from the convention as a result. and he's
Oh God.
been getting banned from conventions all over the country since too.
I hope so. That's awful. Did he get arrested?
No, they deemed him as mentally unstable, so he wasn't charged with anything.
Oh my God.
A couple years ago, there was a chlorine gas incident at Midwest Fur Fest, and immediately afterwards, he went to social media and said, "Hey, I did that."
That was him?
Yeah, he was the one that was bragging that it was him that did it.
And he never got caught? That was
No,
really famous.
no, the FBI deemed him as just a attention troll.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But he is most famous for something that is basically like wearing a person's corpse.
Like
Uh,
what?
he like wearing a person's corpse. He a couple of years ago there was a furry named Lemonade Coyote who was an EMT who was killed in a traffic accident. And a couple months after there goes my cat. A couple months after the accident, it was shown that Ryan Hill went to Midwest Fur Fest in a copycat fursuit of Lemonade Coyote that he had made himself. And in the fandom, that's viewed as basically wearing a person's corpse and parading around the streets.
Yeah, that's sounds really disrespectful. Um, well, I'm sorry to ask this, but like, was there a point at which you, I don't know, felt comfortable embracing the fandom and like being open and, out there about it? Was there ever a point where you, like, it took you some warming up?
Oh no, I was like pretty much immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um,
To be honest, when I had discovered the fandom, I was actually looking at uh, YouTube clips of animes because my friend had introduced me to anime that summer. Oh no, the end of that summer when I had been going through a tough depression period because my brother had committed suicide that fall. And
oh
since
my
then, I
God.
was going through depression, and then I found anime and the furry fandom and Markiplier on YouTube, and it turned turned my feelings right around. So instead of
Mm.
being depressed all the time, I was actually happy.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. Um, do you, so, is there like one particular event that you like the most, like a con in particular?
I always wanted to go to Anthrocon, but I can't afford the travel costs.
Mm.
But the event that I like the most is uh, the Boston Pride Parade. This year was actually my second year attending it and participating in it, and I actually had a lot of fun. And I got to wear Laguna in it.
Oh.
Because
What
last
were
year I was
people's
told,
reactions like?
what?
What were the reactions like?
Oh, there was people were actually pretty happy to see a furry in the parade, but there were like a dozen fursuiters throughout the parade route. They were high fiving me, giving me hugs,
Oh.
and actually saying hi.
Do you think like, I don't know, do you think furry pride and like LGBTQ pride kind of match up in this nice way,
Yeah,
naturally?
it's actually been shown that a lot of people who are in the LGBT community are also furries because they have faced scorn from the religious people on both sides,
Mm,
and they found comfort in the community, the furry community of people just like them who have similar experiences.
mm. Um, well, yeah, I guess, I mean, sorry to keep asking about TikTok, but just because I have to write about TikTok. I guess, like, how is TikTok different for you from other social networks, other furry social networks?
Uh, well, for one, there's literally no furry porn. It's mostly been appropriate videos, so I don't have to block anything. And I'm able to actually cycle different sounds and videos that I find cool.
Um, so you mentioned before that like YouTube is pretty different. Do you feel like it's just harder for people to get found on YouTube?
It's kind of like that because if you want your video to be viewed by more people, you have to pay YouTube, or you have to be a partner with them. And most people in the furry fandom are not going to pay $99 a year just to get one video watched by thousands of people. But on TikTok, all you have to do is type in hashtag furry in the captions, and immediately 10,000 people are going to be watching it in about an hour.
Um, yeah, so I mean, were you kind of prepared for those kinds of views when you first got on?
No. I was just doing it for fun because I was bored at home and I wanted to have something to do that would actually give me a chance to wear my cosplays and my fursuits more than just at a convention or at a furry pride parade.
Mm.
And then I
And,
saw about
oh,
50 fursuiters, including telephone, on the site, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna join that.
um, had you been making videos elsewhere before?
uh, Before my laptop died, I used to make animated music videos on YouTube. But then my laptop got a forced mandatory update by Microsoft in 2016, and it told my hard drive to wipe itself, and I wasn't able to use my laptop anymore.
Oh, bummer. So all those videos are lost
No,
from your
they're
computer?
still on my YouTube channel. It's just I don't have a computer now to do those videos
Mm.
because all I have right now is a phone with data to use.
Um, sorry, I'm typing, just taking notes. Um, so that's how you edit all your videos, just straight from your phone?
Uh, yeah, it's well, actually, that's another thing about TikTok that's different from other sites. They give you filters to edit. They give you effects to edit after you finish the clip, and they give you filters to do during the clip as well.
Mm. Um, so do you have are there any accounts that you really like on TikTok?
Uh, well, one I like that actually does update pretty much every day is called Toby's Army. Oh no, it's I am Toby on the site. He's actually pretty funny. Um, what else? And pretty much every day I get another scroll of fursuit videos on TikTok that I like.
What are your favorite kinds of videos, I guess? Like, is there one that sticks out to you in particular?
Uh, the kind of videos I like most is the reenactments of um, cartoon jokes that are on YouTube that people clip, put on TikTok, and people use the sound to reenact it. And I really like it that way, like that, because it adds tons of audio that you can use.
Mm. I've seen some of the SpongeBob ones. I love this. Um, I actually think those are all the questions I have, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But oh, just for the record, would you mind giving me like your general age, preferred pronoun, and job?
Sure.
Oh, and what name you'd like?
Preferred name?
Yeah, preferred name, age, pronoun, and like what general field you work in.
All right. I'm 27 years old. I prefer to go by she or they. Um, and my preferred, oh, there goes my phone again. My preferred name is Rhea.
Cool. RHEA?
Yeah.
And then I hope this isn't too invasive, but would you mind telling me what field you work in?
I'm
You
a
have to.
day laborer and also a cashier for Dollar Tree.
Okay. Is there anything that you'd like to add about the fandom or your work in particular?
Uh, Another thing I actually like about the furry fandom is that, unlike a lot of other groups, the furry fandom raises millions of dollars per year for charity. Anthrocon, I believe, one year had, I think, like $20,000 in charity raised. Uh,
Wow.
we, we basically are, um, I think, like third in a list of charity groups that are technically not official charity groups that raise billions of dollars every couple of years for charity. I know that a couple furries have uh, donation streams that they do when they play video games and when they make new fursuits, where they take the money that they earn in the chat and they donate it immediately to a certain charity.
Oh, wow. Like on Twitch or?
Yeah, Twitch and also on YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, I'm just writing that down. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you covered everything I had to ask. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Hmm. I'm going to be attending Anime Boston in 2020.
Awesome. When is that?
It is April 19th through 21st at the Heinz Convention Center.
Um, okay. Well, I guess that's all I have. Thank you. I can't tell you how much I like really appreciate your willingness to do this, and I'm so sorry I had to put you off today till the last minute. Things are just crazy.
That's all right.
um,
Milo got the
okay.
watch.
I mean, oh, hi.
He was watching the entire time right next to me.
What's his name?
Milo.
Oh, adorable.
He's actually a rescued stray. He was a feral kitten.
Oh. How old is he?
About 4.
Oh, he's such a sweet baby. Okay, well, I gotta run. Unfortunately, I have some more blogging to do. But honestly, if there's anything that you want to add, like anything you want to talk about, please feel free to hit me up. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have.
All right. Would you be willing to forward me the article when it says up?
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
We're hoping to get it up by the end of this week, so I'll let you know.
All right.
Okay. Rhea, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.